looked at as, a protector at a point in time, my provider at a point in time, my lover, my best friend. But hey, stuff happens and it did. Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Candy. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Let's go, people. We is on road to 100 subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm open to all feedback, criticism, improvements, tips. Leave the girls some comments down below. I'm happy to see them. To it. So today I will be doing a story time. You set my car on fire.
What?
I'm not sure if any of y'all ever experienced this or went through something like this, so traumatized before. But why not get the channel started and let's start throwing out the juicy stories and experiences now. Let's get straight into it. So this was a guy I was involved with. Unfortunately, this is someone I have kids with. This was back in 2020. Y'all remember in 2020, that's when we was going through the whole COVID experiences. So this was winter 2020. We actually had just got out of our relationship. We tried making it work again and we broke it off. Sometimes after breakups, things can go here or they can go there. This is one of them instances. Shit definitely went there. So it was a December 2020. I remember like yesterday because, sometimes things of this experiences, you don't forget about it. It don't just happen and you just sweep it under the rug. It can become traumatized. It could be something you have to move on from. It could be something you get flashbacks for. And it was something that I just couldn't believe I experienced. It was just something I couldn't believe I went through. I couldn't believe this was a person that I looked at as, a protector at a point in time, my provider at a point in time, my lover, my best friend. But hey, stuff happens and it did. So it was a December of 2020. I remember I was working from home because my job was, even though it was the end of the year, my job was still allowing us to work from home. They wasn't allowing us to come to the office. Y'all know I have 2 kids, so my babies was at home with me as well. They was doing e-learning because this was unfortunately during the day. So I was sitting at the table. I was on my computer doing my little work, and my kids was at the dining room table, and they was e-learning, schooling from home. I remember I had got a text message on my phone, because I had my side businesses and hustles at the time to, as I would call it, bust a jug to go make that money. So I ended up telling my customer that I'll pull up in a minute. I knew my manager was going to be calling me. So my manager had called me. We had did our little, check-ins for the day. And I ended up telling my son, in the midst of talking to my manager, I'm telling my son at the time to go warm up my car. Because I didn't have a remote start. So I'm like, Jonte, go outside and warm my car. No, so my son is actually 13. He's 13, so he was, 10? He was 10. He was 10 2020, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, and then this is 24, then he'll be 14 this year. So he was 10 years old. So I'm like, John said, go on my car. My babies are very independent, but again, we're still on topic. We ain't doing that today. So he go downstairs and run my car. I'm talking to my manager, JJ. His name was JJ. He was my manager at the time from my old job. So we on the phone, blah, blah, blah. We talking about work stuff, whatever the case might be. And things was just going prolonged. JJ was dragging it, y'all, okay? So at this point, I text my baby like, just come back upstairs and cut the call off. Because at this point, like, I ain't even finna be able to, I text my customer too, like, I'm gonna be a little longer than expected. And I told my son to come upstairs and just cut the call off. Like, I don't know how long I'm finna be on this call. So my baby come back upstairs, my kids at the table. Next thing you know, my daughter here screaming. Like, she told me, Mom, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Somebody's screaming. She got a real soft voice. So I'm like, oh yeah, I almost left something out. So also at the time, I'm an edible girly. So I'm off the 80s, y'all. Okay. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube or not, but we'll figure it out sooner or later. But I was off the 80s. So I'm real like chill. I'm mellow. I'm doing my job. I'm minding my business. Whatever the case might be. So again, my baby said it was screaming, somebody screaming. Next thing you know, y'all, I hear my doorbell like, you know how you ring doorbell and it's like, dun, dun, like it's dragging like the buzz, like you just holding somebody's doorbell and it's just buzzing, it's just buzzing. So next thing you know, I hear my neighbor like yelling up the stairs because I was staying like in a 2-flat building. My neighbor, Miss Smith, was on the first floor and I was on the second floor. So she, Katrina, now she yelling up the stairs of the hallway, y'all, like Katrina, and she, so man, you, my 2 kids at the dining room table, e-learning. I'm currently in my little desk area and I'm working from home. You know, man, I'm under the influence. I'm real chill. Like, what is she doing? You know, like, I finally come to the door and y'all, I come halfway down the stairs because, you know, like the hallway was like this is my door. And then it's like the hallway, like the stairs like curve a little bit. Then you go downstairs, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I go down the stairs. Y'all know, every time I be talking to y'all, I can get a little parched. Hold on. So I go down the stairs, and Miss Smith like, your car's on fire, your car's on fire. What? So y'all, man, I'm not myself because I'm feeling real good and I'm chilling and I'm off the eddies, like I'm over messed up for real. So I come downstairs, y'all, I look out the door. I'm going to insert a clip to what I saw right now so y'all can see it too. I look at the door, exactly what I just put up. That was the exact visual of my car. Because the first thing I did was I just like, man, I had my phone in my hand. So I was just like, I just look at me, get the camera on set. I immediately like, just recorded. Because I already had a clue who did it and why would they do it? I don't understand, but I kind of figured who did it. It was my ex. Like, who else would it be? Like, this the only person I'm going through all this nonsense and drama with. So I literally, y'all, just turned around and went back upstairs and just got back on my desk and started back working. What else could I do? I was over it. It's just like, it was just more so like, why would you set my car on fire? And this is how I get around. This is how me and my kids, me and my kids' transportation. This is how I do everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I ain't here to bash nobody or to badmouth nobody, but you know, like, I am a single mother and like, you do not do what you're supposed to do. So it's like, why would you take that from us? Like, why would you make something so hard? Like, it's that serious that when you get out in a relationship, you would rather take my transportation from me? Mad you. To this happening, y'all. Me and his other baby mama just had a fight maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. Of course, they came to my house and we had a fight. So I'm sure this is what happened and this is what led up to it, because don't come to my house or you're going to get exactly what you want. Now, I don't promote violence, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do when people play with you, because don't come to my house. If y'all want to hear about that story time, please comment down below. I will feel free to open up all the gems and all the stories, because I got hella stories, y'all. I have a lot of stories that I don't mind sharing, experiences, stuff that I've been through. Comment down below if y'all want to hear the story time about how did the fight occur and you know, what led up to. How did the fight occur and why, you know, why was we into it and all stuff like that. I'm an open book and I'm happy to share. But basically, we had a fight, but they came to my house. I won a fight, so that led up to the car being set on fire. Like, I was constantly receiving threats. I was constantly being harassed. Like, you know, they calling me. It was him and her. Like, you with him, why you calling me? You got him, why y'all calling me? And it's just like, I ain't no bitch. Far from one. I'm definitely about that life. But like, again, I'm not promoting violence or nothing, but just like, don't play with me. Like, don't come for me. I'm in the house minding my business. Yeah, I went through my stuff after the breakup. Yeah, you know, I wasn't innocent. I did play a little parts here and there, but that was just crossing the line, because at that point, it was at that point of the breakup, it was more so like, just leave me alone. I want to move on. I want to heal. Blah, blah, this and that. And then y'all just pull up over here and they set my car on fire. So I'm going to insert some pictures, y'all, of how my car looked afterwards. Like I said, I answered the clip with it burning, you know, with the fire department. You know, they out there trying to put out the fire. And it was just more so like, I was in disbelief. It's like, I'm sure if I was sober, y'all, I would have reacted differently. I'm sure I would have. I probably would have been more dramatic. And I don't know what I would have did, honestly. But I'm grateful that I was under the influence. I'm grateful that I did not have a I did not have a sober man. Because I don't know what I would have did or how I would have reacted. Because at that time of life, I was like kind of like a firecracker. Like, you really couldn't tell me nothing, or basically, because too much, you know, more so like, you know, calm me down. Oh, I should wear my hair up. This look cute, but let's stick back to the story. But it's like, you really couldn't calm me down. You really couldn't say too much or nothing to me. It was just more so like, whatever I say goes, and I ain't trying to hear what nobody say. So I'm glad I was under influence. But at the same time, y'all, it still was, you know, the experience. Only thing I was thinking about was, my son just got out that car. Like, y'all, my son just got out the car. Like, soon as I text my baby, like, just come upstairs, JJ, dragging it. Boom, screaming, doorbell ringing, Katrina, da-da. So much commotion just started going on. And only thing I was thinking about was how my car got set up. Like, how my car, it just happened so fast. Imagine, y'all, I had a very dark tint on my car. And the fire department had ended up telling me, like, the power went out on the passenger side. And y'all know, like, sometimes we'll sit here and say, oh, if that happened to me, I'm gonna do this. That happened to me, I'm gonna do that. But just imagine, y'all, my 10-year-old in the car, he's on the passenger side. He wouldn't have thought to climb to the back and go, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have thought, to climb to the front and go out the front door. When you in situations, you panic. And ain't nobody gonna tell me they do. So what y'all would have did? You know, like, it's just like, when you going through certain situations, you don't know what to do or how you will move. We be so quick to judge and say, oh, I wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have did that. But would you really? Wouldn't have. You don't know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. And I used to be that person. But that's the only thing, y'all, that really fucked me up for real. It was just once like, damn, my son just in this car. Like, still to this day, was it him personally? Did I personally see him? No, of course. I was in the house working. Me and my kids working. My neighbor said it was a tall guy. Hey, my kid's dad is a tall guy. One neighbor said it was a guy with dreads. Hey, I know the female he was involved with had a brother that had dreads. I don't know. But whether you did it, she did it, I know it came from y'all. He did it, their pace might do it, the crack kid did it, your grandma did it, your auntie did it. Y'all did it to me. Because I call myself calling him and confronting him. He was just like, oh, well, that's what you get. Like, no sympathy. He had no sympathy, no care in the world. And it was just like, I was just so hurt, y'all, because it's just more so like, damn, I carried this man whole kids. Like, I done had emergency C-sections, you know what I'm saying? I done had complicated situations. Like, I was the same person that was the last person that would be there for you when nobody else wouldn't. But, you know, that's another story for another different day, y'all. But it's just more so like, you know, you will never think that you see yourself being with for the rest of your life. A person that you get, you know, have a family with would do something like that to you. That's why it's very important. When you see the red flags and we see the signs, get out, y'all. Even though I was out and it happened at the end, it still was like, I could have been left way before that. So, I don't believe I left out no details, y'all. I just want to share this experience with y'all. Like I said, I'm open to everything. I'm experienced and been through a lot of trauma. I'm open to a lot of complicated stuff. You guys can feel free to ask me questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, y'all, to subscribe. Hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. If you got any questions, anything I didn't answer in this video, if you want to hear more story times, and most importantly, don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you won't forget when your girl Candy is on the screen.